Wow, 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 wow. Let me cover my hair. It is raining, y'all. Ooh, man. Uh, I gotta go back and watch all of it. But they were, I just heard guilty on all charges, and um, I have no words. It's happening. It happened. Guilty on all charges. He had 5 charges. I don't know what everybody is thinking, everybody is feeling, what everybody is going through, man. This is, I don't even know what to say in this moment. I got to go back and watch everything. You know, right before they read the verdict, I was listening to his full interrogation. I had listened to it before, and in its entirety, and people kept saying, he said in that interrogation, he said, she said no, she said no. But listen, y'all, we sat here and watched them try this dude. They tried Natureboy. They didn't try Eligio on the RAPE charges. They tried the cult leader. That's what we saw. For me, I'm just like watching this, and it's like, oh gosh, they just railroading this dude. Everybody deserves a fair trial. You know, separate yourself from whatever he's done. This is what he's charged with. Everybody deserve. Listen, man, the first thing I did after I heard guilty was I saw Pice. I don't know how many of y'all know who Pice is. Pice, one of the guys who was there, and he was on World News is Live. And his reaction just, I mean, I heard a little bit of Kendra reading her, I guess, victim impact statement, and I was like, sound like she acted reading a script. Because again, Willow and Rambo, who is now Grace and Ketzel, I think, they did a live a couple of days ago, and they were really getting in on them people. They were saying, like, you know, all y'all did shit. You know, all of y'all sitting up there acting like victims, and you're not. And I don't consider any of them victims. Only the children. I mean, they just a bunch of little Eligios running around here, but to see Pice's reaction, that really brought me back to who we're talking about here. And and just the many times, like, we've all wanted to get our hands on this dude personally. I had to go and do what I wouldn't do this whole trial, which is go and look at something from the past that of what he was doing. And I immediately went to the fight between Velvet and Malia, and I just watched that. And all the feelings I had the first time I seen it came back, and it was like, this is why this happened. This is why this happened the way it happened. All of that. All of that. If y'all didn't see Pice's reaction, this dude was jumping around, dancing, running across the room, and he was saying, forget what everybody else is saying or what you're feeling, or trying to have compassion or care for him or what's happening to him or any of those things. Like anything that I was saying, even like, this is, he deserves it. This is what Pice was saying, and I went back and I looked at that fight. 15 minutes, and he stood there and made him fight like that, and it just brought it all back, and it was like, and to see his reaction, y'all, did you see? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, the way he was acting. He was sitting there and he was like laughing. He's looking around and I don't know, it looked like he was saying something, but then gonna get up there and try to talk directly to them and say, "Oh, I love you, I forgive you," and all that. And I'm just like, to listen to this dude in his interrogation, that he's just so out of touch that he doesn't even realize when he's sitting there telling the detectives, yeah, she did say no multiple times. He said that. She said no multiple times. But he basically coerced her. He was like, yeah, it goes like that sometimes. And he's sitting there acting like this is not considered RAPE in eyes of the law. And it definitely is. And just shows his ignorance and his arrogance. And he was so arrogant, he didn't even, all this time being locked up, try to learn the law. Wow. I think a lot of people are right in this moment like, this really did happen. Like, this dude is gone. He's no more. Carbonation definitely is over. But there's a lot of little Eligios walking around now. And they got to get themselves, like, these people are still in denial. They're not even getting help. These people are still thinking that they good. They still thinking that, they could become some kind of spiritual leader. Or they could start their own. They still online trying to, some of them get something going on. And Nateri of all people, oh my God, she gotta be probably in my mind worse than Velvet. Like, the video that I had, I don't even think I posted that video yet of her when she left and she filed the charges and she was like, talking junk to everybody because I guess she tried to get with Steven Speaks and Umar, and people went and crowded Umar's page and was like, don't do it. And she was mad, going off, and she had like 50 pill bottles and she was throwing it at the camera. She was like, they still got these diseases, but I don't have them because I'm taking care of my stuff. And she was throwing her pill bottles at, if y'all ain't seen it, oh my God, I'm about to post it. She was throwing her pill bottles at the screen, and it's like she had a big old shopping bag full of pills. I'm talking about a lot of pill bottles. And then she said she healed, and she was like saying that she only took 3 days worth of antibiotics because it started messing with her body, but she got her CMOS and she healed and she can go on. And like she was saying, like, people stop trying to warn dudes about her and tell them, and she upset. And I'm just like, girl, again, it's little Eligios running around here. He got little versions of himself, monsters that were already in them, but he, you know, illuminated. It's not even close to being over. It's not, because they still out here and they still got issues. I mean, look at what that happened to all these members. People who died, people who killed the white girl. That story, I was gonna cover that and probably still will. She left there and went and did her mama in. Loyal, who had so many issues. Uh, and we saw him being abused and mistreated within them, and all the mind effery and manipulation and just degradation that they put upon him, because he was like, I forget, he was like Indian or something. He was something. But making him, like, trying to highlight him being supposedly insecure because he wasn't black like them. And whatever happened to Loyal when he left, He got kicked out. He came back. They beat him down, and then he did the live talking about how his punishment was to be in the closet. I'm talking about in the closet for like 5 days because he was intimate with Rob, which is another girl that was there, and he liked her. He wanted to be with her, but you know, of course, Nature Boy. I don't know because he didn't orchestrate it or he didn't sanction it. I don't know what that was technically, but he humiliated them, and he made Loyal sit in a closet for like 5 days. And Loyal was talking about how he wanted to go in the closet and how he deserved to be in the closet and how he but this dude eventually, they said he ran off with hard drives and money, and we still don't know if that's true. But whatever he was going through off in Canada, some white dudes got convicted of literally murdering him and burning down the house. And this was just like 9 months ago. I mean, from Zoka's baby to Mama Dia to, all that. And it's like to sit there and listen to Willow and Rambo, who they changed their names, but that's who we knew them as. Talk about it and talk about, how none of them people are victims, but now they sitting in court like they victims. They just found an escape because if that boy wasn't in jail, if he wasn't in jail and not getting out, they would still be there. They would still be there. They would still be proclaiming him. They would still be a part of Carbonation. You have True in one video with Malia and them trying to expose Janae, and they did a good job, and they had, real solid stuff that they were posting and putting together, and they were advocating for him. But even to Musa, them leaving and separating wasn't because they wanted to give up on him or Carbonation. It was because the situation was what it was, and they knew they had to go off and do something else. So then they decided, instead of taking charges too, they take the stance of, I denounce him, and I see the light, and I'm not like that anymore, and all this other kind of stuff, and I'm gonna expose and I'm gonna tell. But they're not telling it all. There's so much that these people have done. I mean, look at Malia and Zoka getting arrested for trying to drop him stuff in a drone. Look at how they have been doing since this trial. And to get on stand and lie. I'm talking about lie. Efraru was saying that she went to college for 4 years before she went to Carbonation. I mean, I know everybody was like, what? What? You did what? How? Because they was kids lying. Aya, dumb as a bag of rocks. Talking about, we saw Chris Rock slap Will Smith, and so we thought that was going to be a good idea for us to do in our act. And they was like, that didn't even happen yet. So how did you just to lie? Even from him, to thinking he gonna tell these people I'm God, but then say you're God, because for me to worship you is like worshiping God, and we're all gods and you're God, and it's like you just won't shut up. You won't shut up. Even I them posting stuff that, like, you're part of the defense. Like, this is going on. We get it. Then yeah, all that is it. But you're not helping. You're hurting. This dude's own mouth really got him convicted. When you listen to his interrogation, and it's like, of all things going on, you literally came out your mouth and said that girl told you no several times, and people kept saying that. And I hadn't watched it in full. I just saw a clip here, a clip there. And then when I found somebody who posted the whole thing, I was like, wow. Wow. This is wow. I don't see them having a successful appeal because I don't see them having the brains, the wherewithal, the skill. You know, wow, people still are wanting to rock with him, Juju and them. What is Aya, Malia, and Zoka and Fufu gonna do now? Are they gonna go back to their families? Like, are they still gonna try and spend their lives? Some of these girls are pushing 40. Are they gonna still try to follow him? Are they gonna still try to get him out? I just, how much more of their lives they're gonna waste away with this? It's crazy because this is reality and they're faced with it. Like, your dude is gone. I don't know if they sentenced him today, but I'm pretty sure they probably did. They was not playing. They was determined to get rid of him, and they literally tried him as Nature Boy without even having to go through, the whole thing like of everything that he did. They brought them people on the stand one by one, and they took his ass out. And the jury came back, and that's when I went and watched his interrogation when they said, "Let me hear it one more time." And I listened, and I said, "Listen at this chatty patty." And that way he used to call people chatty patties. We was chatty patties for commentating on him when he was doing his dirt. For this dude to sit up there and say, kiss his daughter, tell her he love her. This dude got two sons and a daughter. And they're going to go and see these things of him online. This is his legacy. And they're going to have to try and, internalize who they are. Just, it's wild. The little girl, the precious little girl that looked just like him, little Ellie. To see her sitting up there on Real Life when they was doing that interview. And I watched it like yesterday, and I was looking and how Solar was sitting next to the baby. He was sitting, the kids were in between him and Velvet, and Nature Boy daughter was sitting there, and Solar was just running his mouth as usual, and his dreads was like touching on her, rubbing on her neck or whatever, and she was just like so annoyed by the dude, and she was just like, moving his dreads off her. And then, he came around as he was talking, running his mouth to the guy in the camera and his hand, and he was like diddling on her neck or whatever. And she was just like, and then she was like doing, like trying to get him off her. And just like, she was just, I almost screamed because it looked like she wanted to scream, like she just wanted to get up out of there. She just wanted him to not touch her. She was, that just spoke so. And then Velvet just looking at her, like not even trying to help her daughter in that moment. And it's like, of all the things that we know and we've seen and we know that they do, including, getting it on right there with the children right there in the same bed, awoke, watching, even with Nature Boy having to participate, these are still demons running around here. Nature Boy demons running around here. And Solar, I don't know what he was saying. I don't even know if I'm going to go back and listen to it. As far as like when they said guilty and they let them come up and speak, I believe that was Solar. But it's like, this dude, a part of me feels like when he was saying, "Oh, you owe me a daughter" and all that, I think his Solar's disappointment really was that this dude was in love with Nature Boy. I don't care. Nobody say he was in love with Nature Boy, and he was not happy that Nature Boy went away. But he went out there and had babies with both of the chicks, and look, abandoned them. But the way he was looking at Nature Boy in court was just like, he loved him, he missed him, he wanted to be with him. It was like, it was weird. His testimony, even, he wasn't even trying to throw Nature Boy on the bus. It's like he was trying to say things that helped put him in a good light. I mean, I'm just like, this whole thing, man, this whole thing has definitely been a roller coaster for a lot of people. A lot of people. A lot of people. And I could just imagine with this dude, like, he literally thought this was not going to happen. He literally thought this would never come to an end. He literally thought that he would overcome. Like he would talk himself out of it, or I don't know what he was thinking. From that jail call, the arrogance, although a lot of what he was saying was correct. However, it wasn't a good idea to go online. And then you could see some strategy in him saying the judge has COVID, because they were trying to hide that information. They literally told the guys, everybody, don't say the judge has COVID. And it's like, but, you know, I mean, wow. And again, I have to go back to what Willow, aka now her name is Grace, what she was saying. This is all, I don't think she used the word karma, but this is all realities manifested by them. This is a reality of what they have been doing. Even though they can acknowledge, everybody can acknowledge that this whole trial was like, what? Everywhere you look, it's like, what? Are they serious? Is this happening? I mean, still, it is, who put you in this position? This is a result of all the things that you have been doing this whole time. And Willow was going off. Now her Rambo, still, they, ooh, they not getting no professional help. They still, like, you cannot deprogram yourself from being in a cult and being that dedicated and that willing to participate. These are the two people that was there when Mama Dia died. Rambo was one of the ones who took her body and put her in where they claim they took her to the hospital and all this and stuff, but it played out differently. Um, this girl was a skeleton, her and her baby. I'm talking about, if y'all didn't see it, be thankful you was not there. Be thankful you did not see that. Be thankful you wasn't wrapped up in that time. So many different situations, but that moment, I would never be able to look at Rambo and look at Willow especially and not see that time when her and her baby was, if you think Il Nana, is what I used to call her, was skinny, the video I have, when she left, she came back, and I think when she left, she was with Omac. She did some of the same shit that Natiri did. She left. Now Natiri, what her line is, Natiri left. She want to tell y'all that she left and she was only with one other person. Listen, Natiri, before she got with Natureboy, I saw her online, and she was displaying such beauty, so many talents. She you could see her with the jewelry and her singing and just her presence and everything. You could see the multiple talents she had, and I wanted to interview her, and not even knowing who she was, not even knowing like her desire for the spotlight, but seeing that she's somebody who can be a star just naturally. I wanted to interview her on my wee little platform, and she was down for it, and we talked about what we were going to talk about and stuff like that. And I'm not sure what I was doing at the time, maybe working, maybe I had to go out on the road, I'm not sure. And I told her I'd get back with her, and right when I was getting ready to get back with her, it probably hadn't even been a week, but this is my memory, so it could have been a little longer, I'm not sure. But she sent me the email. I was like, what? I don't even know this girl. But it was so emotional, so heartfelt, but it was nasty. It was like she was condemning me because, like, she was telling me, like, I let her down, like I was lying to her or whatever she felt like, because I didn't get back to her in a time frame she wanted to. And I didn't even respond to her because I didn't know how to respond to that. I was like, why is she so deep with it like that? Why is she so mad at me like that? And I felt sorry for her, because I'm just like, I don't know what she thought this was going to do for her, because I mean, my platform really wasn't much more than it is now. Next thing I know, I started seeing her over there going under some of the other pages and some Carbonation-ish pages. This girl had a dude, and her dude, he was fine. Okay. And they were doing videos together. You know, it's your girl, Nateri J. She used to do this thing. All right. And they were doing like the same type of videos that Carbonation be doing. But right about that time, when that interview went silent, it went south or whatever, and she started going over there and being up under those pages, and we commentating on these people. We going in on this dude, and I saw her over there, and I was just like, oh man, she about to drink the Kool-Aid. And she went with Yada. She was with Yada. Yada, who's being now passed around again after being such a huge scammer. Yeah. How does he come resurface after scamming so many people, him and his wife? And now all of a sudden he's on all these big platforms. This guy was just on Jason Lee Unlocked. What does Jason Lee know about Yada? So you can tell that they just bring in one puppet, and when they get rid of him, like they got rid of Nature Boy, because Nature Boy was funded. Okay, this was orchestrated. This Dodo Bird, you just saw him in court like a scared puppy. He didn't come on here by himself, and he wasn't funded by himself. How in the heck is Aya and Malia and them paying bills right now? They talking about people look out for them. Ain't nobody looking out for you that much, because I live in Atlanta, and ain't nobody gonna look out for you to the point where your bills is paid, you clothed and fed every day, and you don't work, and you don't have no checks or nothing. Ain't nobody looking out for you that much. So what? But we know stories behind, Nature Boy and how he was funded, and these people almost had like a reality show or contract with major corporations and stuff like that. Nature Boy, his ego, he was turning that down. He was wanting, and I think part of his demise is the fact that he didn't stay on the path which they set him on. They wanted him to go on. His ego, he wanted to do things his way. But to be so arrogant to sit up here and think that you're going to convince these people that what you're doing is all a skit, even though you're saying you're trying to lead them to something, but you're actually not even doing that. And this is like what we were saying about they ass. It's like, y'all literally aren't doing any. Man, we used to get in their ass so bad about that. Not one garden the first, not no nature the first. And everything that we're doing behind the scenes eventually came to light. And it just was like, well, mainly him, F it. We drinking now, we smoking now, we this. Oh, what happened to vegan life? Big booty vegan girl. What happened to the vegan recipes? Willow's cookbook. What happened to growing all these gardens? What happened to living in nature? All that stuff. And y'all just went menace. Like this whole thing, man. This whole thing. And again, it's not even over. All they do is rotate them in and rotate them out. Rotate him in and rotate him out. Nature Boy had to go. He had to go because nobody couldn't control him. Nobody couldn't keep him on a leash. He couldn't stay on any program. He had to do things his way. He had to be this arrogant, pompous. And he probably was not even cooperating with his lawyer this whole time. Well, we talking about Booker. We saw Booker in action when he wanted to be in action. There were times where Booker was actually doing his job. He was actually, like when he in Cross Velvet, we saw him like really giving her a little bit of the business. We saw him when he gave little arguments here and there as to why charges need to be dropped or as to this or that. He was having moments to where he showed he could do this job. But I think a lot of his problem was from Aya and them giving him hell, and Nature Boy also wanting to be in control and not willing to work with his lawyer, let him do his thing. He's so smart, he dumb. Because technically, if he had a good attorney and he worked with the attorney and he had his girls work with the attorney, they together could have won this case or should have won this case. But no, not him. He had to keep talking. And everything that he said was not helpful. But they live in their fantasy. They lived in their fantasy in their world for so long. They don't even realize that the stuff that y'all came up with to tell people is not it. Nobody's believing that but y'all. You're not convincing nobody of that, but maybe the people who decided they're gonna follow you, they're gonna rock with you. You're not convincing us of that. You, this dude literally sat in his interrogation and was saying that we acting, it's an act. Even back when we all saw him started to come up with that, and it's like we know some of the shit y'all be doing be fake, or it be ad lib, like it be extra. You be doing extra. There's no denying what's really going on. There's no denying that you are abusing them mentally, physically, and all that. Everything that we said was true. Everything that they all denied, it was true. From the sexual abuse, it was all true. Everything that we was accusing them of, it was true. That's why, again, with Willow, none of y'all are victims. Y'all was on here going hard against anybody saying that these things were happening. You talking about grown people who you couldn't tell them nothing. They wanted this. They loved it. To hear this girl sit on the stand, oh, he, raped me anally, and he ripped me and I was bleeding, and she just had to go off, and the girls tried to help her, but at the same time he didn't care. you know beating them down, and then we don't see them on camera because you beat them down, and we know this, and they lying and everybody lying, and then you bring the girls on camera when they done healed up a little bit and they can hide some stuff, and they going off. This is my God, my Master Chief, and ain't nobody hurting me, ain't nobody what? But I have to go back to Brother Marquez. And I'm listening to these people's testimony, and I'm listening to Velvet, and especially when she talked about the time in the van. And I remember this man, I remember the crap that he went through. And I remember when he went there a couple of times and he wanted to get his daughter, and she only turned around and sat there at lunch with them and lied and said, oh, when I was a little girl, she did everything she could to say bad things and break this man down and embarrass him and humiliate him and bring him away. And then she said, you molested me when I was little. And then to have to later say, yeah, I kind of was lying. But for them to be so skinny to us on camera, you can go on my page and you can look at the videos, and she had the blue thing on her arm. Let me see if I can pick up something that could show how skinny her arm was. It wasn't that much bigger than this. And to listen to her father say, when he hugged her and he held his grandbaby, how small they were. Even on camera, they look big compared to how small they actually were in real life. And to know that Willow and her baby was even smaller. I'm talking about, we looking at them and we see skeletons. You looking at a woman who is literally a skeleton. You looking at a baby, a brand new baby, who is literally a skeleton because this nut wasn't even providing her enough to provide food for her child. But he also didn't want to provide for her or her child, especially with that not being his child. And he didn't care. And then to tell them they need to leave because they're going to die. And he don't want them to die with him, so he'll be punished for it. But it's really... And then to see Rambo, it's like, dude, your wife, your baby, and he's the whole time like, eh. But they left. They left. And they made it. To see Willow now, she looked thick in comparison. Like, she literally looked like a thick chick now. And these people got all of these diseases. I mean, come on now. Some stuff they got, there's no cure for it. So when they say they're healed, these are lies. You listen to Janae, and she talk about how she goozing and oozing and stinking and oozing and have a bag, big ass grocery bag full of medications. Who has that many medications? This is more than just herpes. For sure. For sure. But she's still talking junk at everybody. Stop saying I got this. Stop saying I got that. Y'all got on camera one by one and confessed to your diseases. Y'all got on camera and lied and said Natureboy was healing you. And I do believe that part of his methods for starving them was to try and heal their bodies. I do believe that according to what he learned, listening to Sebi and other scholars, he determined that he can heal them of these diseases by starving the body so the cells can recreate and get rid of all the natural. I do believe that initially that's what the starvation was about. The purging, the fasting and all of that, but it was so much nastiness and evilness that they kept adding on to it. It's impossible to heal in that type of environment. And then it just became something so sick and sinister. And these people saying we're healed while doing any and everything, and to sit up there and listen to that demon Velvet on the stand and say, oh, you was not about to sleep with these women and come sleep with me, but you were sleeping with the women with him also. Her and Eligio both took Kendra, took her virginity together, and then put her outside and made her sleep on the ground that night because Velvet didn't want her to lay next to them. The girl's Velvet beat, like, girl, to listen to her with all this attitude on the stand, it's like when people was over there saying to Willow, you cold-hearted, you don't got, no, she was there. She knows these people. She know they evil. She know they all did dirt they'll never talk about. They'll never talk about. Even Joy coming out here doing her interview, yeah, you telling us stuff that we already knew, that we saw, that we called out. Musa hitting you, Musa, raping you, all of these things, because this is the teachings that Natureboy had. That's your wife. You can take it. You can take it. She don't want to give it. You listen to this girl saying, I was pregnant and he wanted it and I was tired and he said, it's mine. I can take it. And she said, you're going to have to fight me for it, and he fought for it. And we know this. We saw this. We were there. These people left and went back. If Joy wasn't alive that time, she wouldn't have got out of there. And these people still to this day, a part of them is still a part of him. A part of them is still with him. A part of them is still proclaiming the kingdom, I guess, how they used to say. A part of them is still in that mindset. A part of all of them, in my opinion, is still unhappy that it wasn't successful. When I listened to Willow Rambo, I forgot that they had like a page this whole time. So when they did they reviewed the Natureboy asking for like to dismiss his lawyer, it came up on my feed and I went over there and I watched it, and a lot of what they were saying is true. Okay, people are looking at these people as victims and excusing them for their actions. They should all be on trial. Since we trying Carbonation, because that's what they did. They didn't try him based upon those charges he got. They tried him as that cult leader. Okay, that's what all those testimonies were about. And they weren't even trying to hit a defense. Okay, fine and good. But they got to go too. Did not Aya say, true for a lie, she posted the videos, did they not say that they was hitting on her? And before that, the video is up where Natiri was doing the same thing to Malia. Malia wanted to leave, and Natiri was like, bitch, why? You just ungrateful. You get all the dick, you get all the attention, you get all the love, and they was hitting on her. They was outside. They're all demons. These people were forced to leave Carbonation. Not because they wanted to. They had to. And they knew it was in their best interest to denounce it and go against it so that they, wouldn't endure some of the same charges. But they got just the same way he got his, and it may not have been, a fair trial, or again, he brought it on himself, so he got it, and they got theirs coming too. Especially because they're still out here with this mindset. Ain't none of them got no real help. Some of them would never even consider getting help. They don't think they need help. You even hear Willow and Rambo say they never got help. But if you listen to them talk, they still have a lot of that mindset. Now, they have, in my opinion, come a long way. And I like the fact that they can say, we all did dirt. We all got ours coming. We all took part in it. We all were willing participants. It wasn't just, you got to hear her in that video, because I was shocked that she was giving it out like that. But she was giving it up. Okay? She was like, we all, I was there. I saw you. You are powerful just like him, and you made decisions. Everybody had to make decisions every day, and put in the pot so that they could keep that orchestration going, so that they had to do dirt after dirt after dirt after dirt after dirt after dirt. And we're talking about people who got bodies on their hands, bodies that I haven't heard mentioned in a long time, who were all associated with carbonation. Lives destroyed, people deceased, young people deceased, young people forever screwed up, forever messed up. I truly understand Pice, the way he celebrated today and the way he went off. That he's gonna be so damaged. That video he did about Loyal, when Loyal, when whatever happened to Loyal, and you saw their reaction, it's like, but when you listen to Pice, and he was on there, and everybody was like, this dude is on something. I mean, he definitely seemed like he was on something. But the way he was going off on Pice, and the way he was like, he deserved it, and F him and all that, we'll never know a lot of the sick and sinister things that they did. But one thing is for sure, and two things is for certain. Nateri is a demon. She's a demon. That girl was with Yaya. She wanted to go with Nature Boy. Nature Boy told her she wasn't ready. He told her to go to Yaya. She went to Yaya. After she went to Yaya, she went to Nature Boy. When that didn't work out, she left. She went to TKO. She did that thing with TKO, and she got on the screen. TKO and Nature Boy was beefing. TKO was Nature Boy's son, and he brought him in the game. TKO was on another level with his pimp. Whatever he do, he's a pimp. He tried to rat him out in the thing, and she was with TKO. But Nateri had already confessed to having herpes. She had already confessed to having being a prostitute on the streets. Okay, she was prostituting for Musa. They call him King Musa. Now, is it the same Musa from Carbonation? Is it? Because I never was really clear on that. Is it the same Musa from Carbonation that Nateri was out there in Chicago hoeing the streets for? Say she did that for about 4 months. She came back to Carbonation because she thought TKO was gonna make her a queen, put her on a pedestal and all that, and really he just was like, bitch, we hoe over here, my girl's hoe. You gotta get on the streets. And she was like, that's not what I wanted. I want to be the queen. I want to be, this girl either wanted to be Nature Boy's ultimate queen and be put on Front Street, be put on the spotlight, or she wanted to get with Solar because she thought that her and Solar could take it over. She thought that her and Solar could outshine Eligio and Velvet, and they could become the ultimate chief and chiefess. And Nature Boy was not ever going to let her do that. Then she took her ass over to Dr. York's son, Malachi York's son. While she lied, trying to tell people who don't really know that she was only with one other person, BS. Nateri slept with everybody, all the dudes over there, all the dudes in Nature Boy cult. She was with Tron at one time. She was with Musa at one time. I think she was with True. She was with all of them. She was with Pice. Then you went and got with his enemy, got him on there. Y'all played him out, laughed at him and everything. This is still your girl and all that. That shit was funny as hell. But she went back again. And it's like him and her kept playing this game. She was his biggest adversary. I know a lot of people think that it's really Velvet. No. Nateri. Him and Velvet had a different thing. And that was a different type of weakness for him. But Nateri was his biggest adversary. They had a battle of ego. They had a battle of ego. She was determined to rule him out and overrule him. To be either the queen of Carbonation and to shine the brightest and be like that. She really wanted to mastermind some pinky dick over the world type shit. But you a dirty, diseased, oozing, goozing hoe. Not me trying to knock her. I'm just calling it what it is. And that's how everybody was looking at her. But they allowed her the delusions that she wanted to live in. I'm beautiful. I can dress up nice. And she thought that was gonna do it. I don't know how, because you can't undo the fact that you sleep with everybody, and you out here prostituting, and then you go from this co-leader to that co-leader. After she was with York, oh my God, the York son put her in her place. He told her, "You got hella issues. You need a lot of help." He really, really schooled her, but he tried to really educate her, and she was not hearing it. And he was telling her, you're a lost cause. Like, you don't have so many, like, you just a hoe. She couldn't understand. Oh, TKO want me to hoe. I don't want a hoe. I want to be a queen. I deserve to be a queen. She thought that York was going to put her in that position. That didn't happen. What did she do? She went out there. She outed him. She put him on Front Street. She told everybody this dude was married. And she was like, oh, y'all thought I was just a member? No, I was sleeping with him. And she said she left him because he did not want to put her up in front and let everybody know that he was sleeping with her. Why would he do that? You're a hoe. Like, you're literally a disease-ridden whore. And you wanted him to put you out and prop you up and say, yes, wifey, I'm having an affair with this beautiful, nasty whore right here. And she wanted him to tell the world. So then she came and she did this tell-all with Natureboy, and that was in order for her to get back with Natureboy. And she had to go live with him, and she was telling all their business. He did this, he did that. And then she turned around and said that she was lying about a lot of stuff she said about the dudes. We can't keep doing this, and then you think people gonna look at you a certain way other than what you are. She was with 2 other cult leaders. I don't know them dudes like that. I don't know their names, but this is all documented. I got the shit on wax. I can put it up anytime. Like, what the fuck? Still thinking that these guys are gonna make her the queen. How? You're not that. And once again, Natureboy takes her back. Them and their ego. Natureboy allowed her to believe, I'm going to let you be with Solar. If you do this, this, and that, I'm going to let you come back. I'm going to let you be with Solar. And y'all can do y'all thing. She believed it again. Natureboy would have never let her be with Solar and they go off and beat. And plus, Zoka and Solar never wanted her around. Solar never always looked at her like she detested him. He never really liked her. But she always wanted some dude. Even York was telling her, you don't need a guy. You need to get your shit together. Like, you need yourself. You need to heal. You don't need no man. You keep looking for a man to put you somewhere where you think you're supposed to be. Like, you need to get your shit together. And she was just like, right? She wasn't trying to hear that. And that girl went back to Natureboy. That video where he had them and he was saying, he was telling them he gonna decide who's gonna be queen. So he had them like competing against each other yet again. And the whole time he like telling us there ain't gonna be no more queen. Lo and behold, he embarrasses her, tell her to leave. She drops to her knees and begging him. And he was like, you think I'm about to let you be with Solar? I'm not about to let you be with Solar. You know, you a trick ass bitch after the way you did me. You know, I don't want you here. And he berated her for like 5 or 10 minutes. She was on her knees begging. And then he was like, nah, I'm gonna keep you around. Them two had to play that game. Instead of leaving each other alone, they had to play that game. They had to keep battling against each other for the egos, for her to get what she wanted. And she don't even got the sense to know that, duh, he's not letting that happen. He's told you that many a times. He's shown you that many a times. But her determined that if I can't either get with Solar and we try to, be this ultimate king or queen, or you don't make me your queen. I mean, y'all heard her on the T. She was saying it. I am the one. I'm the one who should be the ultimate queen. And she thought everybody really thought that, because she knew how to dress up nice and look, so elegant and beautiful, look the part. You can look the part all day, but look at the decisions that you're making in real life that is showing us exactly what you are. It's just so weird. It's so weird. It is so weird. And then leave and say, oh, Nature Boy gave me these diseases and shit. But I'm healed and they're not. Well, I throw my 50 pill bottles at y'all to say, oh, I stopped taking my antibiotics after 3 days because they made me feel away. But, I'm drinking my sea moss, so I'm good. What about y'all? I mean, I was just like... And then, y'all remember when he was saying she was pregnant? And she had a pregnancy test that looked like she didn't even take it. And she was like, you trying to say I'm pregnant? You trying to say I'm pregnant? You trying to say I'm pregnant? No. And then 9 months later, what the fuck we got? Solar little girl, right? But one thing that I think people are trying to sweep under the rug and act like it's not true is the fact that Nature Boy and them girls was doing porn. And that's a fact. We all knew this. Okay, we all knew this. We busted them out about this so many times. He was doing porn with them girls. They were willing participants. They had OnlyFans. They had other websites. Y'all remember when we pulled up that video, a Nature Boy, and found out he was doing gay pay. He had the video on the some kind of mail site of him and the doctor getting his exam, and the doctor put a needle, he put a Q-tip all in, he did a whole... I was like, this is what guys go through when they get an exam? This is scary. I don't know. It's like we think we got it hard. They put the thing in you and crank it open, and then they want to stick their hand in you, and they want to mess with your breast. But look at what guys are going through. Like, a needle in your... a Q-tip all the way down your... I mean, but at the end of it all, he got a happy ending. We don't get those. He went all in his butt, and then he jacked him off. And this is what Nature Boy knows how to do, and that's what he was doing with the girls. It's always something in Atlanta, boy. You got to be on the ready. But that's what he was doing with the girls, and he had to let people know this. He had to let people know. That time when Eliana left, snuck away, and he posted some of their actions. That was work that they was selling the whole time. He made it known to the public, so her dad can see it, everybody can see. It was who? Her, Willow, and Kendra, if I believe so, on his nasty looking cock. Not even doing a good job, and it was 3 of them. 3 of them. That Twitter page that he was posting on, that wasn't nothing new. I mean, listen, it is what it is. He gone. I don't see him having a successful appeal, although I think the option is there. I think it got a lot of things they can work with. If there was ever a winnable case that you could purposely make sure that you lose, this goes down in history as that case. I mean, how do you mess this up? Only Nature Boy. Only Nature Boy. Only Eligio Bishop can mess this up. Him and the three blind mice over there, the three stooges over there, like, they're like, we gonna repost what they don't want to share. And I'm like, why don't you wait and get with a good lawyer? Go out there. Y'all know how to go out there and get that money. Y'all remember that time when Brother Marquez went out there? What country? I can't remember what country they were in. And Aya was getting treated bad because y'all know Velvet. Aya was still kind of new. Velvet didn't want her, but y'all, Aya was a prostitute before she went to Carbonation. She was out there on the street. She was hoeing. She had lost custody of her son, so she know how to hoe. And Aya was getting treated bad because Velvet was like, I don't want this bitch around. But then, too, Aya was trying to be cheapest. Aya was saying she wanted Velvet ass out of there. Aya was even conspiring at one point to get Velvet out of there. But at the same time, we saw Aya with little baby Eliana sucking on her boobs, talking about this is her pacifier. And at the same thing Nature Boy said he was doing with his other baby mama, letting her hold the baby while he have sex with her. Aya had the baby on her nipple while he was having sex with her. And Velvet came in. And Nature Boy, she took the baby. And Nature Boy was like, what you doing? Put the baby back in her arms and join in. And what she do? Put the baby back in her arms and she joined in. These are facts. That and more shit happened. That and more shit happened. We're not even going to talk about how Velvet was pinching the baby and doing other things to the baby. Even when she came home, we heard her in the background beating the baby. And it's crazy because I didn't see main channels doing videos on her for that. I don't know where y'all was at or y'all didn't see it. But I saw like I call them off-brand channels. Like channels that really wasn't the main people on their necks at the time. But started to come around and they saw it. I happened by one random girl doing a video and she was like, Velvet beating her baby. Not Ellie, the new baby. Not the third baby, the second baby when she was a baby. Velvet was trying to do a video and both of them was giving her like, you know how Ellie be doing, she want attention. And the baby was back there crying and you could hear Velvet. She was frustrated and she would get off and she would be like, hold on. Sometimes she didn't even say hold on. She would go back there and you could hear that she was beating the baby and you could hear the baby crying and that girl was calling her out on that and I was like, ain't nobody picking this up. I was like, damn. But they did some stuff. And they denied that it was true, just like she denied the time when he was dancing with the little girl and we all saw it and we know it's true, amongst other things. We saw him grooming that baby before our eyes. We saw him sit up there, kiss on Velvet, and have the baby sitting right there in between them, and having this like seductiveness going on, and then having her mimic that and kiss them both. And we saw all of it. We saw all of it. Velvet half-ass told on him when she left. She just didn't say it all the way. They were never fully tell a lot of things that they did and a lot of things that were going on because they know it incriminates themselves. There's some evil little fuckers running around here that are Nature Boy Juniors, and getting rid of Nature Boy doesn't and get rid of them. But I don't know. What's up, Lordship? Yeah, you was around. Okay, what's up, 100? It's been a minute. Let me ask y'all a question. I got 3 watching. Y'all hit the like button too. Shit. What do y'all think, Aya? Malika, I hear Zoka is going to do some time. But what do y'all think that these girls are going to do now? Because Nature Boy got a charge. Nature Boy is going to jail. Nature Boy ain't coming out. What do y'all think they're going to do now, and what's going to happen to them eventually? What are they going to do? Hey, what's up? What do y'all think that they're going to do now that Nature Boy has gotten his guilty verdicts? Do you think that they're gonna? Because I mean, I, I don't know where their pages are. I didn't know they were posting to the Nature TV channel until somebody said that they put something up today or yesterday. When did they testify? Well, whatever day that was. Um, and they posted, and I'm like, y'all some dummies. Like, they sitting here talking about all this stuff, and they're complaining about how their testimonies went, which they have a good point. It did. You know, I mean, it was right before our eyes. And I was like, this is just, they just gonna, and y'all just gonna, you know. But again, watching, while we were waiting for that verdict, and I was looking at everybody in World's Chat, I'm talking about these are all the people that's been on this shit from day one. And I'm watching how they're reacting to this. And I said, these people never once, you know, during this trial separated him from his deeds, which is something I was able to do. They kept him synonymous with everything that he's been doing all these years, and the whole reason why everybody wanted to get him off the streets and take him out. And they kept that attached to him, and it didn't budge. And they had zero mercy for his ass, and they were loving everything that was going on. And I wasn't over there, and I know I did that on purpose, subconsciously, but I did not go to World's Chat. I was, whoever else was had the info and was putting it up. I don't care if it was bits and pieces. I was going over there. I was not going over to World's Chat. I knew I did not want to be so biased that, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I felt like he should have got a fair trial. But we don't get to control how it happens when it's time for it to happen. And apparently it was time for it to happen. You know, I don't know if Brother Marquez can see it, but if he can see that, he can see his daughter, which he always has. I mean, but still, to this day, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's some little demons. But if y'all ain't see Pice react, he was in World's live stream, and right after the verdict, they had a panel, and Pice was up there, and Pice was like, F that, no sympathy for this dude, forget that, you know, no talk about he didn't deserve or he should have got a, no, none of that. I was there, I went through it, I was there. He deserved everything that's happening to him. Don't be sad, don't nothing, rejoice, and think, if anything, we should be dancing. And that dude started running around in the room, running back and forth, you know, like he started doing this Tasha K thing, and I was like, that's, you can't refute that. That boy will forever be damaged by what he experienced there. And to hear him talk like that, it lets you know that no matter how much y'all act, you way more damaged than we could even realize from being with that dude. And he really put them through some stuff. I mean, even for everybody now who was around and who was like, we know he beating y'all. We know y'all taking his downloads. We know he's sticking y'all in the butt. We know he beating on you. We know that he making y'all stay in the closet. We know he punishing y'all. We know he putting y'all outside. We know he making you sleep in the tent. We know he denying you food, clothing, and shelter. We know he doing this. We know he making y'all da da da. We know he making y'all da 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 da. We know this. We know that. And they be like, this is great. You should be here, and we love it here, and this is the best, and this is where all people should be. And shame on you for trying to say anything bad about my Master Chief and da da da. To listen to them on understand. I was quite shocked because I didn't expect them to talk about some things they talked about, because I was like, but when this was happening, y'all was telling us to shut the fuck up, and we gonna burn to death in Babylon, and we y'all was like telling us we was lying and we was wrong, and the whole time we was right. We knew we was right, but like y'all, that's how delusional they are and were and still is, clearly, that they can fool people and manipulate people. And I'm here to tell y'all straight up, y'all ain't fooling nobody still, even to this day. Okay. And we understand that these things take time, and you know, the progresses may vary, but you're not even trying to get help A lot of you are still in denial. You're acting like you're good now because you're not with Natureboy anymore. You're good now because you've denounced the kingdom. But we know better. Even Aya, Malia, which she barely said anything, and she didn't take the stand. We noticed. I don't see how she could testify though. Something has got to be wrong with her. But to see that Aya was able to get on the stand and be, I can't say helpful, but articulate, even when she lied, uh, and Malia couldn't, and everybody always made it seem like Aya was the dumbest, right? And the one less able to articulate herself. She really turned into a Billy Badass throughout all this. But they over there talking differently now. So I think this is the beginning of hello, reality is here. Um, I'm not going anywhere. In reality, I'm staying. So what we gonna do? You gonna rock with me? I'm gonna drag you. Which one? Kayla. I can't even call her Fufu no more because baby, your name is Kayla now because we saw Kayla. Mr. Bishop. Oh, he Mr. Bishop now? He Mr. Bishop to y'all? He Mr. Bishop. He Mr. Bishop. Yeah, nice try, ladies, but a little too late and just no. No. Y'all can come on here and try to argue anything and post nothing. As good as that shit is, as good as that evidence against that hoe is, as good as the whole lineup, because it's not just about her being a hoe. We all know this. We all know this. But y'all lied on the stand, man. And y'all doing other shit. I don't know about the drones and all that, but you can't do nothing like that and then think you're going to holler about something later. And no. You can't cause a ruckus and be defiant and just keep, I don't know. Everything that they did was just so rookie and just so, it's like, gosh, man. Y'all don't even understand. When in Babylon, do as Babylonians do. It's just that simple. Hey, they got you. Now play the part. You, Eligio was so disappointing. He was disappointed. Disappointing. And I'm gonna say this. We didn't get our just due. Fuck that. You nigga, listen, if you this is what I expected from him and nothing less. Either you gonna outsmart the courts, okay, not by renting your dick suckers, but by you've been in that whole year. No, longer than that. April of 2022. This is February, March. It's March now. It's raining like crazy, but it's still March of 2024. And you, Dodo Bird, jeez. You had plenty of time in that jail cell instead of calling up and getting your friends on and talking to Wavy P and dancing and rapping. Oh, well, I want you to hear my friend rap. No, nigga, you got a charge against you that's gonna get you life in jail. I'm talking about life. And that go to show you how cutthroat Nefertiti ass is. Boy, you should have been in that damn law library. You should have been studying and having your girls studying and telling them and like, let's da 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 da. Bitch, get out there and get that money. Okay, so we can get us the best lawyer. Get out there and get that money so we can get us the best lawyer and actually listen to your lawyer, but not only listen to your lawyer, be studying and learning. I would have had my case sold up if I sat for damn near 2 years. That's plenty of time to get my shit together. It's too much evidence out there. Too much. Everything they would have said or did in court, I would have been like, I would know the law like the back of my hand. And I would have said something. And I would have been like, we need to object this. We need to file this motion. You need to go. You ain't saying nothing. I don't hear you. Stop them. Why does they keep going on? Like, I would have had that case sold the fuck up. And I would have had the best lawyer because I got 3 bad bitches. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. He had 4. Malia, Fufu, Zoka, and Aya. 4 bad bitches that'll do anything and prostitute anyway. Bitch, we got the money and we got the lawyer. Okay, we'll fly his ass from somewhere and put him up real nice. Alright? And we will whoop all their asses. Alright? This nigga sitting up here like, looking around and looking for somebody. The boy, nobody's ever gonna forget that. Nobody's ever gonna forget Nature Boy. See, I can laugh at him now. I did laugh at him initially. Okay, it was hilarious. That first day when he did that shit, when the day he was like talking about getting rid of his lawyer, I laughed so hard, my stomach was hurting bad. I laughed so hard. But then everybody kept playing it, and I was looking at it, and I was like, this dude's scared out his mind. And he had every right to be. I'm talking about when I looked up the, the charges and how Georgia does it, life with parole or life without parole. And who's going to decide that? The same courts you pissing off. I don't know if he was sentenced today, but I'm going to watch the rest of that video at some point or another. I still got to finish my midterms, and I'm tired of shit. My eyes red. Especially trying to keep up with this at the same time, but who's going to miss it? I saw people come out that I ain't seen in a long time, and it's good. It's good. I'm glad everybody, got to see this and be a part of it. And it's like all those who are no longer here, I'm sure they like, yeah, yeah. We take what we got. What happens to him after this, we'll only see. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some movie, show, documentary, something done on the white folks gonna come get their money off this, and they're gonna do something about their story, and the story continues with the rest that are out. But the ones to keep the eye on is Nefertiti, okay? The gooey oozy girl running around here in Atlanta somewhere, bitch. Don't let me catch you in the spiritual circles and shit trying to get you a Dr. Umar or somebody. Because I'm going to let them know. I'm going to be like, that bitch there. I'm going to tell you how to find it on Google so you can. In fact, I'm going to make a playlist. And I'm just going to send it to them. You thought you was mad. You thought you was mad when they tried to get you because you had Umar signing your shirt. You thought you was gonna be Umar's wife. Umar ain't had a wife yet. Try again. She gonna go after everybody she can. She might hook up with Yada again. I mean, he resurfaced. He never could keep his face clean like Pharaoh, so that it tells it everything. So I'm pretty sure he got some shit going on there. With his health juice formulas and shit, his apple of Eve or whatever the hell that shit was called. It's crazy y'all recirculating this dude again. Yada, do we need to start blasting your ass again? Because you ain't changed. Jason from Hollywood Unlocked, why are you broadcasting Yada? What other channel? He was on the Earn Your Leisure, some other shit. Why y'all rotating this dude again? Why y'all master paid y'all to bring him back out here so he can hit a lick again, right? On their behalf. With your snake oils and your bullshit. And y'all, you gotta learn. Look at Sonetta them over there. They over there battling right now. I literally just saw like yesterday. A video pop up and I ain't even peeked at Sonetta them in a long time. But since all this, and they attach themselves and they hashtag, and then he has old videos of Nature Boy and stuff like that. Sonetta video popped up. Some girl going in on him. He still got what's the girl name? His other wife. He fighting with this new girl. He called her bulldagger. I didn't call her bulldagger. Sonetta called her bulldagger. That's old people talk anyway. And whatever they were battling over, Sonetta texts the girl's girlfriend a picture of the girl's girlfriend's daughter and threatened, allegedly, according to this woman, threatened the girl and her daughter. And they were calling him a pedophile. Okay. I don't know if it was in reference to old shit that, you know, he's already been called out about, or some new shits. And these are like new people. From listening to her video, just bits of it, she don't know a lot about Sonetta and a lot of dirt. So she had to be new coming in. And see, that's the thing. And this is what they rely on. People who come around and who don't know, who don't have the OT, who don't have the juice, who don't know all the shit that other people know because they had already been there. It was right there. And some involved, you know, when they were getting exposed and called out for a lot of shit. It's a lot of dirt on these people, and they still run around here trying to run these scams and, you know, spread their nastiness. And that's what Nateri wants to do. And Velvet and Solar. You know, they still want to be queen and chiefess and have their own thing going. And that's what they're going to keep trying to do. The dirty little nature boys. This ought to be interesting, but today has been a day. I do think that this day was emotional for a lot of people. A lot of people. But, you know, the families that lost people, that suffered behind all this shit, you know. I can imagine how emotional this day was for them. And I can only imagine while I'm over here like, this dude is not getting a fair trial. I mean, I get it, he's Nature Boy. I'm pretty sure they were totally on the opposite realm, like, get him, get him, get him, get him. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. They suffered. A lot of people suffered and lost. When I remember about how this is the one thing that'll never let me look at these people differently, and it's not even just that biasness, it's also knowing that these dudes are snakes. Dudes, females, they snakes, all of them. All of them. They when Mama Dia died, I'll never forget that shit. I'll never forget that shit. You can ask them, you can bring them on channels like Nick at Night and shit like that, and let them say what they want to say and smile and act like, oh, I was with him, but you know, I got away and I'm better and I was good. Fuck that. And you can ask them about Mama Dia and listen to them give that spiel that they give. Bitch, we was there. Okay? We was right there when that shit happened. We was right there and we saw y'all motherfuckers. Okay? We saw you. We saw you. Okay? We was the ones calling you out. We saw you. All of it. We saw it. We can't undo the damages that were done. And it wasn't just Nature Boy. Y'all didn't get away because you testified and you helped put him away. Y'all didn't get away because you went up there and played into the jury's, you know, emotional sympathy capabilities by saying, oh, he did us like this, he did us like that. But when the shit was happening, you was da-da-da-da-da. You was loving it. Okay? And you was telling us that we should love it too. We should shut the fuck up or join you. And donate, motherfucker. Donate, don't hate. You know? Pay your way. You know? Put you on planes. Put you in other countries and, you know, pay for your food so Nature Boy can eat in your face. Y'all was doing all that. I'm talking about real cult shit. Nature Boy, we're not a cult. Kayla, we're not a cult. Bitch, now Mr. Bishop, you're speaking like a regular person. Notice the character was just all gone in them today. They knew it. They knew it. They knew it. But they thought it was a smart idea to get up there and tell blatant lie. Man, listen, how many of y'all put your hands in the air? How many of y'all fell off your unicorn when you heard Aya say, we saw Chris Rock slap Will Smith? I know it went the other way. She might have said it that way. I gotta go back and watch. She probably did say Chris slap Will. Either way, she started slap. And that's where they got the idea to start slapping people. That's when I fell off. I said, girl, get your dumb ass. Eyebrows was sharp. They was on point. And when did Aya start wearing glasses? We know Nature Boy used to wear glasses. When did Aya start wearing glasses? And did y'all see his Sarah Brit? What is it? Young Pharaoh. What is it again? Sarah Borg dermatitis. Remember that shit? Y'all remember that time when Young Pharaoh was getting in his ass and saying he had AIDS, and he was googling shit, and he was coming up and he was showing pictures, and he was saying people who have AIDS usually have that shit, you know, the white around your lip. And he said it was seborrheic dermatitis. Boy. I just all that shit that went on years for years. Here we are. This dude is gone, and he got taken out. What he called her, the whore of Babylon? He got taken out by the whore of Babylon, y'all. The whore of Babylon, y'all. The whore of Babylon. Nateri, Janae. The whore of Babylon. When she took her ass over there to TKO, and they was supposed to do their little duel, they 20-minute duel, and TKO showed up. That shit is comedy gold. I'm gonna have to run that shit again. That shit was comedy gold. It's a lot of moments that were comedy gold, but that one right there, it's got to be the most for me. Okay. One channel did a flashback when Nature Boy had True jumping up and down, barking like a dog, and then he said, "True, stand up." True stood up. He said, "Bark like a dog." Jump up. No, he said, "Jump up and down." Start jumping up and down. He said, "Bark like a dog." And he started barking like a dog. "Sit down, True." He said, "See, these motherfuckers do whatever I want." "Aya, come here." Said, "Bark like a dog." She was like, "Ah." He said, "Sing like a bird." And then you could see her eyes was like, "A bird, a bird." And then she was like, "Tweet, tweet, tweet." He said, "I could do anything with you I want, can I?" So, "Who's your God?" She's like, "Do. Boy, they was some fools over the years. But that TKO, I didn't even know who that dude was. I didn't follow them to Bigo. Okay, that's when a lot of us was like, it just took a different turn around that time. I heard people say, "Oh, the cult from Bigo." What? You mean the cult from Facebook? The cult from Facebook? Then it was Instagram. Oh boy, was it Instagram. And then, some YouTube, and then Bigo? Please. You talking about damn near 10 years later. To see this dude come in the frame with the girl looking like they're from Harlem Nights. And I'm like, what is going on here? Because I really didn't know TKO. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Why is he dressed like that? Like, what's going on? Are they serious? And then see Nature Boy face. I said, okay, so him and this dude beefing. So they about to do a thing like him and Pharaoh be doing. So I'm like, okay, they about to have like some kind of challenge or whatever. And the dude came on and he started talking to Nature Boy. And I was like, but he really telling him some shit. Like, he was really telling Nature Boy about himself. Then I was like, he about to do something. I could just tell he about to do something. What is it? What is he about to do? And Nature Boy knew it too. His whole thing was, I'm a bitch, so I'm going to play like I'm sleepy because it's 12 o'clock at night. How, Sway, when your whole cult stayed online 24/7 like every day for years? Now all of a sudden, 12 at night, you sleepy, that we don't do time, remember? He's the definition of keeping confused. But to see Nefertiti bring her ass out there. And the shit was dope what they did. I ain't gonna lie, it was dope. It was comedy gold. And to see the way Nature Boy was looking and shit, and he saw the moment he realized that that was her taking off dude coat, and then she came around and she was like bawling in his face and shit, and then she started talking her shit, popping her shit. Oh, I'm gonna show you how a woman should be treated, and that if you would have treated me right, you would have made me queen. I wouldn't be over here now. And she was just like popping her shit, flaunting all off, and he was like, "Oh, they get to take a bath every day." Man, listen, I died. That he was smooth with that. He told Nature Boy ass up. But it's crazy because she did all that only to turn right back around and be sitting in somebody's car talking about something. She had to leave TK. He wanted to put her on the streets. Bitch, he was a pimp. What part of you thought? Oh, you thought he wasn't gonna pimp you? That dude snatched her up only so he can tell Nature Boy, "Hey man, you know what this is? Your bitch chose me." Like that shit is gold. It's never gonna not be. That shit was gold, gold, gold. That is number one for me. Number one for me. I think number two, it's got to do with Brother Marquez. I know. Okay, so when he was on there with Pharaoh, I put that up too. It's on my channel. But it was on my channel from years ago. But when him and Young Pharaoh came on, and Brother Marquez was tearing Nature Boy down and telling him why he was a bitch, and he was breaking it down, and he had everybody. He was like, "Oh man, he was like, when I see you, nigga, I'm gonna punch you right in your dick sucker." The only thing about that is he didn't do it when he got there, because he kept saying it. He's like, "When I see you, nigga, I'm gonna punch you in your dick sucker." I was like, man, you gotta punch him in his dick sucker. But he didn't punch him. He didn't punch him. I wish he would have punched him. Because Nature Boy was scared. He's a bitch. We never seen Nature Boy fight any dude at all. At all. But to sit up there and tell that man, when he asked you, he said, when y'all, he said, Nature Boy, let me ask you a question. He said, when y'all was riding in the van the other day. He said, and somebody in your camp told me that you hit Val in the back of her head so hard. Now, this girl was pregnant and everything. And to hear her on the stand say, this dude abuse didn't start until she was pregnant, my goodness. You stayed with this nigga while he was beating your ass while you pregnant with your child. You left and come back so he could beat you again while you pregnant with his child. Like, that's crazy. And to find out it didn't start until she got pregnant. I can't even visualize, as big as this dude is compared to this little girl, I can't even visualize him beating her, especially her being pregnant. But then to hit him on the stand, man, I ain't gonna lie, their testimonies, I don't feel sorry for their ass. But for it happening, you know what I mean? Like, I was listening to him and I was like, these people actually sat there and just willingly went through this shit. Willingly. To hear him tell about shit that we knew, but it's different when you hear them say it. He can just take it from them whenever he wants to. It didn't matter what they wanted, but you had to perform. To listen to Joy sit up there and say, the first night she got there, she never knew she was going to be with Nature Boy. She just knew she wanted to join. And the first night she got there, this dude goes, tell her to tell him something about herself. And she tells about a time she was, taken. And, it was kind of traumatizing. And then he goes off on her, turn into a whole demon, tell her that she was not R-worded, this is what he used to tell them. They wanted it in their minds. They made it happen in their minds. And he did come out as a preaching of that. All women who are R-worded, you're not, I forgot about that. that you're not, you weren't actually, that's not what happened to you. You wanted it. That's what he started saying when he was doing his preachings and shit. And I guess he got that after he talked to Joy, because it was around that time. Damn, I forgot about that shit. To listen to this woman sit up there and say she got there, she told him this, he berated her, yelled at her, went off on her for what she said, an hour at least, and told her that she wanted it and made her retell her story differently, and then gonna say, oh, let's go take a shower, I want to have sex with you. All this in the first night, and she wasn't even expecting to be with this dude. I was like, and then when you think she was his wife, then she was with somebody else, but she ended up with Musa. Joy lied too. That's right. Joy lied too on Naked Night. Joy said she only went, when she went back to Musa, she never went back to Nature Boy. She said she only went back to Nature Boy. Nature Boy only took her back one time. That's a lie. It happened more than one time. It happened more than one time. And then she tried to say any other time, because I guess somebody in the chat said something who knew. And I think she said that any other time she was with him, it was just for show. Like he would pull the wives to try and make himself look bigger against another guy who came out or whatever. Like say another TKO or whatever. I believe that, but I also believe that she actually was still sleeping with him, because I remember him snatching her up a few times. Even Willow. I mean, when you realize that all these women got passed around, really, except for Velvet. But did Velvet get passed around though? Because you was with Omac first. Did you pass yourself around to Nature Boy, right? Okay. And then Solar. So yeah, so y'all stop saying she the only one, because somebody, Solar said that when it was in real life. Everybody got passed around except for her. And he was pointing at Velvet, and I was like, where your hands pointing at? Like, put them up in the sky or something before you point them at her. Because, bitch, she with you. And she was with Omac. Like, y'all got together while she was with Omac, who was supposed to be Nature Boy, damn near bestie. Had him all broken up, and what? Didn't they take his shit and leave his ass in a hotel in another state somewhere? Or country? They left old Omac. And y'all remember how Omac face was swole up and when they got beat up and kicked off the country and off the plane and all that? How Omar took that beating? Omac. Only to have Nature Boy take his girl. But he dodged the bullets. He dodged the bullets. So there's that. I don't know, but I'm tired of shit. I'm about to go. Y'all. I don't know. I just had to say something about this stuff, and it just, I'm late to the party. It's a few things that I missed that I am gonna go back and see. I want to listen to the rest of whoever did witness statements and what they said. My legs and everything is so sore from my workout, y'all. And today is leg day, and I ain't did my workout today, and I'm gonna have to force it out. But every muscle in my legs, thighs, butt, on down to my calves, everything. Listen, they so fucking sore. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm just like, that's how hard I went. And this shit is just crazy. Like, I'm just beasting out. Like, literally beasting out. Beasting out. So I know I'm gonna be showing out this summer. But damn. It's like you don't sometimes realize it until I don't know, for me, sometimes it'd be like after I get done, I'm like, damn, girl, you went, you know your ass gonna be fucked up tomorrow. I'd be like, so what? I'd be so hyped and shit. I love fucking working out. I'd be so hyped. Then yesterday, oh my god, yesterday I was pitiful. I'm talking about pitiful. I just did fucking yoga every second, like stretching every second, like I'm like, oh, it's like a big ass baby and shit. I was so hurt, so sore, couldn't hardly. Every time I try to get up, move, it's like, but I'm about to fuck it up again. You gotta break them down and build them up. This beast out. It's still my motherfucking set. Woo! Nature boy. Ass is gone, boy. He gone. Toast this water out the. Ooh! Out the. Ooh, let me see. Shout out to everybody who came through, though. We got his lordship. Hunter. It's been a minute. I don't know who this NS webcam is, but hey. I bet he gets a plea. Oh, okay. He said, I bet he gets a plea deal and rats his click out. Hell yeah. I still love y'all. I still love y'all. To me, and probably to other people too, because it's really simple. That's to say, let's let this in here. Don't be go telling nothing else. I don't know. But I don't think at this point it matters. But I think they deserve charges. But of course, they're not going to get them. It's not like they went and tried everything straight up. They him Nature Boy up. And they just said, hey, girl, come here. You forgetting the charge, ain't you? Yeah, we doing the R word. We doing the big one. All right, we going to throw this nigga away. Okay? And then they just started hitting him with, and I said, they not trying him for that. They trying Nature Boy. And they did it. They did it. But the funniest thing is this dude sitting up here like a little bitch. Okay? I started to say, Mama Wanda, can you go get your baby? He needs you to put his head between your bosoms and give him some kind of information about what he need to do, because he is lost. Like, who was sitting in the courtroom? I need y'all to do an interview, please. I need an interview for whoever was sitting back in the courtroom when this fool was looking around, because he was looking at you. And I want to know, what was you thinking and how was you looking when he looked at you? It wasn't that many in the courtroom. And then he looked at the camera, and I'm like, what he want us to do? Jump through the camera and help him? Like, does he want us to jump through the camera and help him? Why you keep looking at the camera? So you mean to tell me the whole world that you talk shit to, that you showed out to, that you said, I'm God, bitch, I created you, all that to us, because you was in the camera with the shit every day, talking shit to us. So now you in the camera, looking at the camera like, we gonna come help you. Like, you want us to come help you. Like, you want us to jump through the camera and you want us to help you, bitch. Why are you looking at the camera? Everybody's laughing at you. And he literally was scared. At one point, I thought Nature was gonna get up and run for it. And the officer was like, she talking to you. Like, what you looking around? She was, I know that woman was enjoying. I don't care what nobody say. She good. Because she didn't crack. She didn't smile. I know she was enjoying that shit. Because I know they seen his videos. She even said people be sending her shit. Like, they was sending some stuff. They was trying to rat on his ass. And they was sending other videos. I know they seen some of his monstrous stuff. And they was like, oh, look at this bitch nigga now. But they know that. They all like that, right? We seen First 48. I just can't get over it, y'all. I cannot ever get over how scary this dude was looking. And then when I saw Willow and Rambo, who, you know, I don't know if I'm ever going to get rid of that name for them. Because they're now Grace and Quetzal. if I'm saying that right. But watching them laugh at him acting like that, I was like, this is so unreal. Never thought I'd see the day when we sitting here watching Willow and Rambo. What the only thing missing was Keys and Vibes. I was like, please let them come up and do, but they stand away. I don't blame them. They got children, and they children probably who knows how old now. Like they was laughing. They was like, that's him. That's him. He don't know what to do. He looking for an answer. Like he trying to like he literally did not know what to do. You so smart, you stupid. You mean to tell me you been sitting your ass in jail for almost 2 years? What was you doing? Getting butt? We know that. We know that. It's beautiful trannies in jail. Cause remember y'all, he liked the trannies. How True say, not the cheap looking ones. He said it on Touch the King. This is so unreal. When I go to sleep tonight, I'm gonna be like, did this day really happen? I'm gonna have to ask myself, did this day really happen? Did this day really happen? And then when I wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna be like, pick up my phone, and I'm gonna look it up. It really happened, y'all. It's gonna take me a minute. And that's just me. I can't even imagine how a lot of people are really feeling. Even with Pice, he was like, I don't even know what to say right now. Like, I don't know how to. I mean, he just was up running. I was like, looking at that shit. I was like, wow. Wow. But again, he got 2 sons and a daughter around here. And the people who left their children, they still gonna be affected. All of them, children's gonna have to they're gonna find this story, find the connection of their parents, see their parent in this cult. This is what they left you for. And still, Musa is not taking care of his children. He not back with his children. Pice, I don't know what he's doing with his son. We see Malia. Malia got like 3 children, don't she? Maybe more. Uh, Aya, but she didn't have her son anyway. That's the one. At the end of the day, that's the one. Aya. I think Aya had her aunt still checking for her for a minute. She had her aunt, and now she just, I don't know. And I don't know what she would do or where she would go. But, I mean, that's on her, first of all. Secondly, as I was going back over videos and looking at different parts, like with Aya, I remember that time Brother Marquez and them called her out there, and even they was like, I believe they believe Nature Boy put ass on the street. He said it. She was just like, he was like, she looked so sad. We just gave her a hug. Then he said they gave her some money to get something to eat or bought her a sandwich or gave her a sandwich. She had a phone that didn't really work. And Nature Boy be like, get out there and give me my money. I don't know what she gonna do. This girl watching flashbacks, how she, like when Malia came and she was just like doing some of the same things she was doing when she got there, and she eventually called herself getting Nana. Remember she tried to get Nana out of there, get it kicked out, and then she confessed. She was like, I wanted you to get kicked out, and Velvet took that and ran with it, knowing good and well she was a bitch. She was just abusive as Nature Boy. They reeling them girls in, forcing them in, and then Eliana sleeping with them with him, but getting jealous You know, the slightest thing. I can't even imagine how horrible that had to have been for these girls. If he stroke it differently, if he kiss her different, like just anything, she get mad. Put that girl out on the ground. He put you on the ground, made you sleep on the ground, and you still stayed all them years and got passed around back and forth. Got beat by your dude, all kind of shit. Your dude ended up duking a tranny in the butt, and whatever he did with Nature Boy. That's why I was like, True, why don't you look at him, True, while you in court? Look at Nature Boy. Look at him. You know you want to look at him. I think he kind of did one time, but Solar couldn't stop. Solar was like, I miss you so much. Like, I want to come over there right now. Just jump on me right now. Like, he was looking like he looked like he was going to snatch Nature Boy up and run. I don't know what y'all saw. But that's what I saw with Solar. Solar was mad because y'all had his man there and you wouldn't let him go. He didn't want Nefertiti or Velvet. He wanted his Nature Boy. He wanted him. He wanted him. When Nature Boy degraded Nefertiti in that live, and she was on her knees and everything, and he was like telling her, bitch, after what you did, you humiliated me time and time again. You think I'm gonna let you be queen? I ain't never gonna let you be queen. And Solar was sitting over there laughing. And so when he got finished and he put the camera on Solar, waiting for a response, and Solar was like, I don't care, I'm still queen. This whole thing, y'all, is just a trip. It's so many twists and turns and layers, and it's really a trip, and it ain't over. This is like just the beginning of another chapter. It's not even close to being over. Not even close. I think this is just where it starts to get interesting again, where everybody kind of fell off of it. What was all that for? That wasn't even necessary. Okay. So, I'm ready for the next chapter. Hell, we need some excitement around here. But Nature Boy ass is in jail. Since he did that live on IG, I don't think they're ever gonna let him get access to the outside world again. So that's not gonna happen again. Y'all not gonna keep seeing him. See, he think he gonna be like Suge Knight and he gonna start a podcast or some shit. I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna let him have access. I think he gonna have a hard time. But I also do think he wilding out right now. I do think he wilding out right now. I do think he is cutting the fuck up in jail. What y'all think? I think he cutting the fuck up. He looked like he wanted to cut up then. And I didn't finish watching it. I didn't watch all of it. I didn't see the ends. I didn't see the dismissal. I didn't see whether or not they um, sentenced him or whatever. I stopped watching when he was saying, I still love y'all. I was like, I think Pice even said something about that. I think he was saying like Nature Boy was still on his shit, like he was still being manipulative and still playing and running a game, like it's a game to him. And I'm not shocked at that. I mean, that's who he's been for how many years now? So day in and day out, his dumb ass. He don't know how to turn it off. He was running around here just like Pharaoh, talking about I'm the smartest man on the planet. But look what happened to both of them, dog. Child, let me go before I get too sleepy. I'll holler at y'all later.